cold day in southeast Texas. Yep, we get winter here, but it comes in days. It does not come in weeks or months, which is always good. The question is, how much does a pirate pay for an earring? Well, the answer is a buccaneer. And with that, we will move right on with today's reading, which is called Know Yourself as the Image of God. And the first quote is from Black Elk. Black Elk was a famous warrior of it's a little bit confusing, Lakota tribe. In some places it says Sioux, and I don't know the difference actually, the Oglala Lakota people. And he was famous. He was actually at the Battle of Little Bighorn, and then he actually survived the massacre at Wounded Knee. He eventually joined Buffalo Bill's Wild West tours in Europe. So he was pretty good. But he was also considered to be a holy man of the peoples from which he came. So there you are. What did he say? More importantly, he said, peace will come to the hearts of men when they realize their oneness with the universe. It is everywhere. Peace will come to the hearts of men when they realize their oneness with the universe. It is everywhere. And Ernest Holmes in This Thing Called You says, no matter what confusion appears at the surface of your life, there is always a place of calm at the center of your being. That was on page 75 of This Thing Called You. This from Rev Kelly. Today is the first Monday of the new year. It's true. And many of us are back at work after some time off. Also true. This often brings us back to routines and situations that do not support the new versions of ourselves we imagined with our new year. The truth is, we didn't go to sleep on the 31st of December as one person and then wake up completely changed on the 1st of January. Stepping back into our old routine can trigger self-judgment and criticism as we feel the difficulty of stretching into our possibilities. Then she goes on to say, take this message as a friendly reminder that in this very moment, you have everything you need to be the person that you desire. You are one with all of creation. You are made of the same substance as the stars and the moon, the air we breathe, the creative energy that is the cause of all things. The kingdom of God is within you, or if you prefer, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Jesus used both expressions. Imagine taking a scoop of water out of the ocean. The cup of water is not the ocean in its entirety, but it does contain the same qualities and the same attributes as the entire ocean. Each of us is like a cup of the ocean. The universal energy is absolute, unchanging, and eternal, the source of all wisdom and all intelligence. We are one with this energy, and we allow the substance to flow through us. It expresses through us. It is not ours to create or force. Now is an excellent time to reflect on this question. What is your image of God? What is your image of the divine? What is your image of the grand of all being? What is your image of the source of everything? So what is your image of it? I don't think I have an image of what a lot of people will call God and lots of other names. I don't think I have a specific image. I imagine that God is an all-embracing energy that is love in its entirety. It's an intelligent, organizing, loving energy. So I don't have a picture. When I was a kid, yeah, like a lot of you, my picture of God was of an old white gentleman with a beard, sat on a throne somewhere in the sky in a place called heaven. But that changed over the years. And now, as I said, my image of God is this loving energy. There's not a test, but there's a little thing that they practice sometimes in workshops and seminars. And that is to ask people to draw their image of God, quote unquote. And they come back with all sorts of things. And the one that I guess that I can relate to is either a blank sheet of paper or is just a big circle, because lots and lots of people have been quoted as saying this. I don't know who originally said it, that God is a circle whose circumference is everywhere. God is a circle whose center is everywhere and whose circumference is nowhere. So St. Augustine is the one that I heard it first quoted to. It's probably older than him. It probably goes back to the Greek philosophers, and it may go back to the Egyptians before that. It may go back to the Sumerians before that. I don't know. But anyway, bottom line is, I can relate to that. But I relate to something that holds the whole of life together, but does it intelligently, and that is through what it's created is directing the way that evolution flows. So I, like Holmes, I believe evolution is forever moving upward, and that we do evolve in spirals. That as we do our spiritual work and work on our intelligence and our minds, that we start to evolve in upward spirals. And of course, the upward spiral implies two things. It implies upward motion, but it also implies that as we learn, we come back down again, and then we learn again, and we go back up again, and then we learn again, and we go back. So it's not just a straight line going up. It's actually this spiral, which implies that we go up and down, we go up and down. So what is your image of the divine? Do you have an image of the divine? I really don't know that it's all that incredibly important. Maybe it is, maybe I'm mistaken, but I think what matters is that you believe that there is something greater than you are that is directly or indirectly or both supporting you, and that you can connect with this inner source of energy when you get into a peaceful moment, when you do some meditation, when you have some quiet time, that you can actually feel this presence. And that sometimes in our lives, this feeling of all embracing love touches us, and we understand it briefly, and then it's kind of gone again. So these mystical moments kind of come and they go, and when they've gone, and you try to think back about them, it's hard to grasp them again. You can get a concept of what they were like, but you can't get back into that mystical moment or those mystical moments when it actually occurred. So, hey, that's my scene for Monday mornings. But back to her message, she's actually saying, that don't beat up on yourself. You've got these ideas of what you want to be in the new year, but maybe they're not completely realistic. There was really nothing wrong with you to start with going in. Yeah, there's things you might want to change, there's things you might want to improve, but if you go in with unrealistic expectations, then you're setting yourself up to lose. But if you go in with expectations that are reasonable, then there's a good chance you'll succeed. Some people are able to make quantum leaps, but they're very few and far between. Most of us learn by the spiral method of learning upwards, come down a bit, upwards, come down a bit, but the direction is ever upwards, even though there are down times in it. So treat this new year as an extension of the previous one, but also as an opportunity to start learning from what happened in the past and moving forward. So those are my reflections on this. And however you reflect on it is really entirely up to you. But I hope this reading and my comments have actually at least given you some pause for thought. Not pauses in the cat and the dog, but you know what I mean. I relax and let go, allowing spirit to freely flow through me in service as needed. I relax and let go, allowing spirit to freely flow through me as needed, in service as needed. So with that, I'm going to say au revoir until tomorrow. And Reverend Lisa, as I said, will be back 9:15-ish tomorrow morning. And hey, it's sun shining out there. Maybe cold, but it's sun shining. And, some people know how to relax. I don't know if I can. No, I can't really get around to it. But there is a large red feline person who's asleep on this chair here. And I tell you, he knows how to relax. So sometimes that's what we need to learn as well. So until next time, namaste.